Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the Amazon Influencer Program. This program's been around for a little while now, but it seems that not a lot of people know about it or how it works, and so that's what I'm going to be talking about today, and I'll break it all down in this video. Now, I should preface this all by saying that I'm no expert, having only been on the Amazon Influencer Program for a short time, but as I've been starting to talk about it more, I've had a lot of people asking questions about what it is and how it works. So that's really the point of this live stream. I'll explain exactly what it is, where to join, how to post videos to Amazon, and how to live stream to Amazon. And also where people can find your content. That's one question I've been getting, is how do actually people find the content over on Amazon? So that's the idea for today. I'll also be sharing my sort of content plans for the Amazon platform going forward as well. So where that sort of fits in with what I'm doing, because I'm not all about sort of multicasting everything to everywhere and just repeating the same content. So I am sort of building out a sort of clear plan of what I want to do and where I want to do it. So that is the plan for today. Just a quick hello to Jeff. Great to see you in the comments as always. My UK contingent there. So what exactly is the Amazon Influencer Program? Well, it's not the same as the Amazon Associates, which is, you will see people posting their links to products, so their affiliate links. So in the description of this video, for example, you will find affiliate links to the different gear that I use and things like that. So that is part of the Amazon Associates program. And then the way that that works is that when people click on a link and they go through to buy the product from Amazon, then you will get a commission. But actually, it's more than that, because you will also get a commission off anything else that they purchase from that session, or I think it's up to 24 hours. So if someone clicks through to Amazon from your link, but then goes and buys something else, then you'll still get the sort of credit, if you like, for that. And it's always quite funny, because when you look in the sort of back end of the Amazon Associates at the products that people have bought, for me, the majority of them are not actually things that I've linked to. So it's probably, I would guess, probably about 50-50. So people will click through and then go and buy something else, and I'll still get the credit for it. So that's the Amazon Associates. So the Amazon Influencer Program, though, enables people to create video content. And these can either be recorded videos, which are called shoppable videos, or it can be actually just live streaming to Amazon. So the way that this works is when you are accepted onto the program, and I'll talk about the sort of sign-up procedure and the requirements, although they're not. It's a bit of a grey area in terms of what exactly is required. I'll talk about that in a little while. But first of all, what you actually get on Amazon is you'll get basically a sort of shop page. So the links are all amazon.com/shop/ and then the name of your page. And what I can do is I'll just drop mine into the chat, actually, for reference, if I can put it into the right place. Maybe I want to put it in here. Let me just do this. There we go, a little text expander snippet. So that is the link to in the chat is to my shop, and that is to this page basically. So what this has on it then is you'll find a few things on here. There's not much on mine at the moment because, as I say, I'm fairly new to the platform. But what you'll find is my most recent live stream will be at the top, and you can see that there's some products here. I'll come on to that in a little while as well. But the previous live stream will be there, and any other live streams would be down there as well. But then you've also got any gear lists. So for example, my sort of live streaming studio gear, you'll find over on my Amazon shop page, and other sort of lists that I've curated of different products. I will be building out more of these. So I've got one for people to level up their sort of Zoom game. Then they can come over here and just get all the little bits and bobs that I recommend for doing that. Then my live stream studio stuff is in there as well. And you can also see here that there is a video. So I intend to be creating a lot more videos for Amazon. And this is one of those shoppable videos. So this is a video about a specific product. And that is what you're going to see on the shop front. So then where do these videos actually appear? Well, if I come over to a particular product, so for example, this one, this is the Shure MV7 microphone. And what you'll notice is if I scroll down here, you can see here that there is actually a live stream going on right now, which is related to that product. And I'll talk about how you actually sort of link your live stream to specific products. But you can imagine if somebody is searching for a particular product and then they come down and they see, oh, there's somebody literally right now talking about this product, then they're going to click here to find out what's being said about it. And so that is one of the ways that you kind of get discovered, if you like, on the Amazon platform. because you do have, if I come back over to my page, you would think like, well, who's going to find your page? It's usually through these other avenues of discoverability that people are going to find you. So the other thing that you do have, by the way, is you do have your live page as well. So that is always amazon.com/live and then your name as well. And in fact, I've just remapped my takeonetech.live is going to Amazon. So I can drop that one into there as well. So that is just basically will take you to the landing page. But Amazon Live, the homepage of Amazon Live looks something like this. So here what you can see is these are live streams that are going on right now. So in fact, let me just refresh this page. Might be that this needs refreshing. So there is a live stream going on right now at the moment. And then just down here, you can see other ones. So where you see the live symbol in the top corner, these are all basically live streams that are happening right now. Familiar face there. Look, Monty Weaver. He is one of the guys behind the Facebook group. I need to go back and drop that into the description, actually, because there's a great Facebook group all about Amazon Live and supporting people that are doing it. So he's one of the guys behind that. But yeah, these are all live streams that are happening either now, or here you can see it says upcoming live streams. So there are some people who will come here to have a look at what live streams are going on. There's also a browse feature here. So if you want to look for specific live streams, you can do that in here. So there's different categories of things here, so you can find people's live streams this way as well. But what you'll notice is if I come into this one, so this is the previous live stream that I've done. I've only done one so far, so that is how much of a newbie I am at this. But there was a few sort of learning experiences to go through to just even figure out how to stream to it. So I'll be talking about the technicalities of how do you actually stream to Amazon as well. But what you can see here is I've got my live stream, but just down here at the bottom, you've got the various different products that I was talking about on this live stream. And this is where I've sort of linked it back to these products. And this is what you have to do. You have to have at least one product that you're going to be talking about on any given live stream. And we'll talk about how to work these in. This live stream that I did was actually basically just a tour of my studio, and I'd got the maximum of 40 products. That's how many you can add into this thing down at the bottom, which is called the carousel. So I'd got 40 products in there, and I basically kind of rattled through a product list and talked about all the different things that I use. That you don't have to do that. Your Amazon Lives don't have to be a basically just showing one product after another. There are other sort of formats that you can use, and I'll talk about that a little bit later as well, because I've got 3 different ideas for different specific shows that I'm going to do on Amazon, and they're all going to be different to each other. And so, I'll talk about that a little bit later, though. So this is basically what the live page looks like. And when you are actually live streaming, if I come back to this one, this is probably easier because we've got some lives actually going on now. So what you'll notice is, so this live stream's going on right now. You'll see that he's got the carousel here down at the bottom, but then you've also got people in the chat there as well. So that's the thing about this is, you want to get, it's basically for shoppers to engage as well. They can come and they can ask questions and things like that, and then you can answer those about the products. And this is something about the Amazon Live and Amazon Video platform is, people are coming to YouTube usually for information and things like that, for perhaps for entertainment as well, but for learning. That's certainly one of the main things that I use it for. But Amazon, obviously, people are there to shop, so that is why it's if you're looking to generate revenue from products that you're recommending, and hopefully you're doing this all ethically, of course, only recommending the products that you really recommend, then people are actually there. They're in the sort of buying frame of mind, shall we say, potentially. So that is why there is generally a higher conversion rate from products that you're going to mention in Amazon than you would get, just mentioning them on YouTube or whatever. Hey Pierre, great to see you here as well. And I see that you watched the live stream. I've got a little confession to make about the live stream. I'll tell you about that later. But let's move on. And what I'll say then is, where we've got these products down here, this is going to dictate which product pages your live stream appears on. So if we come back to this one about the Shure MV7, what that means is that this person here in his carousel, so you can see that the carousel is just down here of the products that they're talking about. One of these products will be the Shure MV7. So as you're live streaming, if you're mentioning those products, they're in your carousel, then you will be appearing on the page. This looks like another another live stream related to the there you go, there's the MV7, related to live streaming and stuff like that. So that is how people would discover you from those pages. So one other thing to point out is that this is only for the US at the moment. So my family in the UK have been asking, where do we find these videos? Because they're not actually on the Amazon.co.uk site or the other sites either. They are in it's only US at the moment. Although I can say I'm betting it will be rolled out onto to other platforms, onto other regions. Fairly soon, I would imagine, because it is kind of like a global trend. In fact, we're kind of quite far behind some of the Asian sites, and in certainly here we have Lazada, which is an online shopping platform. There's just live video all over that, and certainly in China as well. I know there's the various different shopping platforms that they have there. They're all about the live selling and live video. Hey, India, great to see you. Always nice to see your face. And congratulations, by the way, on completing your 100 live streams. Quite epic. That was quite an achievement. So this is where the live stream would appear on the product page. But what we've also got then, if we scroll down the page further this is just the Amazon product page for this particular microphone, then what you'll see down at the bottom is these here. And these are videos, and these are what they call shoppable videos. So these are where the creator has created a video, made it about that product and uploaded it. So if I come back to my page, for example, you can see I've only got one video up there at the moment, but it's this one for this Ava Media live streamer arm, which, by the way, might just be my favorite over and above the Elgato low profile arm. But you'll have to watch that video for that. It's really quite an amazing mic arm. But that is a video that I've got up there, and so that would then potentially appear on the page of the product itself. Now, to be honest, you know what I'm like? I tend to waffle on a little bit, and you can see the length of that video is 14 minutes. That's probably a bit too long for a shoppable video, to be honest with you. If you come and have a look at these, there is some there that are 10 minutes, but most of them are kind of like a minute to 4 minutes, bearing in mind that people aren't coming to these videos to come and watch in the same way that perhaps they would be if they were a subscriber on YouTube. A lot of people are just at the point of making a decision, and then it's just like, hey, look at this, there is a short, quick review video of the MV7. So before they go and make that purchase, that's something that they might want to look at. So the video length, really kind of 1 to 4 minutes, is more ideal for that. There is room to do longer form videos as well, but that's just something to bear in mind. I'm telling myself here as well, by the way, because of that long video. So you can see here the length is 2 or 3 minutes. One other thing is you're not limited to making one video on per product. You can see here, this is a Wall. I think, what's his name now? Andrew Wall, is it? So he's got one here. Before you buy the MV7, watch this. Then there's another one here, Shure MV7 quick review. Another one, Shure MV7 before you buy. So he's got basically 3 videos about the same product. So you might have different things. You might have one that's like an unboxing. You might have one like I'll do a 1 year review of the MV7, for example. So things like that. There's different angles that you can come from for these videos. But that is what those are. So if you hear people talking about shoppable videos, that's what those are. Now, I should point out that if you are an Amazon customer and you've bought things from Amazon, even if you're not on the Amazon affiliate program, you can still make videos about products that you've bought and upload those as kind of like video reviews. But that's not quite the same as this. This, you don't necessarily have to have bought the things from Amazon. In fact, most of my gear I didn't buy from Amazon because I'm in Thailand, so I get them from, as I say, Lazada, which is our kind of like online e-commerce platform, is the easiest way for me to get stuff. But I can still make videos about products as long as they are, the products that are available on Amazon. So that is basically the 2 sort of different types of content that you can make on Amazon, either the live streams or the shoppable videos. So I should probably say how you go about actually joining, and then I'll talk about the technicalities of sort of uploading a video, scheduling a live stream and things like that, because that is a little bit strange. Rather, if you're used to using, for example, Ecamm Live to just stream to YouTube or other platforms, there's a couple of extra little sort of hoops you have to jump through to stream to Amazon Live. So to sign up, though, you need to go over to this page, which is over here, the Amazon affiliate. I'll just actually drop the link. I've put it in the description as well, but I shall just drop it into the live chat as well. And you just click on here to sign up. Then it will prompt you to either use your existing Amazon account. So if you are already an Amazon affiliate, then you're best to sort of use that particular account to sign up or apply at least. And then what it's going to ask you to do is to enter the details of one of your social platforms. So it could be YouTube, it could be Instagram, could be Facebook, whatever it is, you're going to put that in. And then you're basically going to link it with your account. And it will then go and determine whether you meet the criteria for entry. Now, there is no sort of clear guideline. It's not like the YouTube partner program where you know that you have to have those 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers to get onto the YouTube partner program. With Amazon, they don't really tell you exactly what it is. So, for example, I started just applying when I think I was around about 500 subscribers, something like that, and I just applied. No, sorry, come back again, try later. And I just kept sort of applying every so often. And then I think I was around about at, it was just less than 2,000, so I was 1,950 or something like that, around that sort of area when I applied, and then it said that I had got accepted. So I think probably the time that I'd applied before that was maybe around the 1,500 subs mark on YouTube. So I'm not sure exactly where the exact cutoff point or what they look for is entirely on that, and I don't think anyone's got a decisive answer. And it may be different for different platforms as well, maybe different if you're on Instagram or whatever. But anyway, if you just sort of keep applying, then at some point when you reach whatever threshold they've got, they may use other things to determine it as well, then you'll get accepted, and that's when you'll go through the process of setting up your page, and you can add in your sort of banner, your title, your description, all the usual sort of stuff that you could expect to do. You'll link it with your Amazon affiliates account as well, so that then all of the commissions and things like that will go through that. So if you've already got that set up, there's nothing extra to do in terms of the in terms of setup or anything like that. It should just work if you've already got everything else set up on that account. And so once you sign up, then there are basically 3 different tiers of the program. And you'll start out as a rising star, which basically means total newbie, not got a clue what you're doing. And then you can very quickly get onto Insider. I mean, it's really kind of just the rising star is kind of like training wheels, if you like. And then there's Insider and A-list. So those are the 2 main levels, really. Rising stars, like I say, you've just literally totally fresh, just signed up. And what you need to do then to get onto the Insider level is you just need to live stream for 90 minutes. Now, it doesn't need to be continuous. You could do this over 3 live streams of 30 minutes or whatever. But I just actually did a 96-minute live stream and thought, right, I'll get it over and done with, and then applied for Insider. It will tell you that it takes around about 10 days or up to 10 days. But with me, it was up within 48 hours. So I suppose it depends on how many people they got applying. Yeah. Although it says 10 days, it may be quicker. And what does that actually mean then? So what are the sort of benefits do you get? Well, when you are a rising star, your videos and your live streams won't be promoted anywhere. So they won't feature on that Amazon Live page. So if I come over to the Amazon Live page for a second. So, for example, if you are on that sort of rising star level, then your video wouldn't be featured on here. It also wouldn't feature on those product pages. So where we were on the Short MV7 page, your videos wouldn't appear here, and your live streams would not be eligible to appear up here either. It's basically, obviously, they just need to check that you know what you're doing to some extent and can actually at least live stream or make videos, I suppose. So that is what you're on the rising star. And once you get to, when you do your 90 minutes, you submit your application and get onto the Insider level, then your videos can appear here and they can also appear on that homepage as well. Not necessarily, it's not necessarily that they're going to appear right at the top here, but at least they are going to feature in here as well. And by the way, people can go back and watch the live stream. So just like on YouTube, you know, if you've created a live stream and you've given a link to somebody, then even after the fact, they can still go and watch it. They can still go and engage with it. They can still there's no sort of commenting after the fact as such, but they can still like it and follow and things like that. And then I should also say that the clicks that they have on the products, they still appear in the carousel, and you'll still get credit for that. So let me just have a little look here for a second. Get this one out of the way. So in order to go from that level to the next level, then, so we've got the insider, which is it? Here we go. So you got the insider level, and as it says here, all Rising Star benefits, your live streams are eligible to automatically appear on the main placements, but also product detail pages for the products, and also on the Amazon Live site top of page placement potentially could feature there as well. And just to answer your question, Michael, hello, great to see you here. First of all, did you have any viewers on my? Did I have any viewers on my first live stream? I did, because I kind of promoted it. So when in fact, last week I did a live stream last week was all about Zoom, and then I kind of followed that into a tour of the studio, because I got a lot of people asking about my studio that I use for YouTube, but it's also the studio that I use for Zoom. So I kind of combined those into two things. So I was talking about my YouTube studio, which is also my Zoom studio as well. So I did actually bring people across from that other live stream, and I talked about it and promoted it. So I think there was about 5 or 6 or something like that at any, sort of peak viewers. So the crowds were in their masses. And then after the fact, I can tell you that I've had, how many views have I had of that one? And you control a lot of the things for Amazon Live on the mobile, so on your phone, or at least on an iOS device. So it's not even available on Android. So it has to be either an iPad or a phone. So the video now, my live stream from last week, has had 63 views. And then I'll go through the app and show you how we can look at sort of stats and things like that as well. Incidentally, I kind of messed up a little bit because I switched over from the live stream that I did all about Zoom on my YouTube channel, and then I switched over to my Amazon Live, and I switched profiles in Ecamm Live. Unfortunately, for some reason, Ecamm Live had at some point changed over from using my MV7 to using the camera on a webcam or something like that in the room. So although I was on screen and I was talking into my microphone, in fact, let me just show you that live stream. This is that live stream. So here I am talking. When you are on Zoom calls and I see talking into my microphone, however, the audio is actually coming from some other mic somewhere else. It sounds like it was a bit near a fan as well. So the audio was pretty terrible, really, but there you go. It could have been worse. I could have had much worse tech failures for my first live stream. And incidentally, when you are watching somebody on a live, then when you go click the link to start with, it will default to the audio being off, and that's the same as when people are seeing it on here. So this live stream, you can see it's muted. So you'll see people on Amazon live streams having a thing pop up on the screen saying unmute to watch the screen, and you might think, well, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? But actually it's because of the context of it being on this page. So you can click on this one. He might have something pop up at some point saying don't forget to unmute, and then I could click here to unmute to watch there. You'll also get people saying click through to watch and follow. So when you are on somebody's Amazon Live page, like this one, if you're watching a live stream, then there is a follow button down here, or also if you are on their page, then if it wasn't my page, because I'm on my own page here, if I was on somebody else's page, then you would find that. Incidentally, if you are on Amazon Live, let's just say I was to click through to one of these random live streams. Let's just pick Monty because he's such a nice guy. If I was to click through to his stream here, you can see that I'm already following him, but it also has the name of the person, and I should be able to, or perhaps it needs to be an actual live one because he's not live at the moment. Let me choose this one because they're live. It should have a link to their page. Let me have a little look. Maybe I'm missing something here. Tell you what, I'll go to Dr. Elo instead. So, there it is. That's the one I'm looking for. So when you go through to somebody's live stream, it will have their other live streams down below. but then it'll also have a link to their storefront. So clicking this one over here will take you through to that page, because bear in mind you've kind of got 2 pages on Amazon. You've got the amazon.com/live/your channel, and then you've also got amazon.com/shop. So the shop is the storefront. So here you'll see the various different lives that Dr. Elo's done, and then if you click on this one, then it'll take you through to his storefront, and there you will find once again his latest live stream, and then any items in his lists or any shoppable videos that he's done as well. So that's just those 2 different places, and then of course you can, if you're not already, click on follow, just like that. Yeah, I think you noticed the subtle change in my audio, did you, Pierre? My mic issue. I didn't realize until after the fact. I didn't even notice that it had changed, and then somebody just mentioned, by the way, was there some issue with your audio? And I went back and listened to it, and then the penny dropped. I realized what I had done. I've got off my train of thought a little bit, but so how do we get up to the next level then? If we are on the Amazon Insider level, which is, as I say, that's really kind of level 1 almost, because there's not much to do to get onto that. So it appears that they don't check your audio quality to get onto the Insider, because they still let me in. So let me have a little look. That is funny, isn't it? Yeah. That is funny, because I was talking about the Shure MV7 on the live stream as well, Michael. So I would have been saying, this is the microphone that I'm using now, and I'm really happy with the sound. And people must have been listening thinking, that sounds pretty terrible to me. So yeah, never mind. We live and learn, don't we? It's all a learning experience. So to get from inside it to A-list, though, you actually have to do a little bit of work. First of all, you have to get up to you have to have 2,000 followers on Amazon. So I think I'm on what am I now? 23 at the moment. I've managed to get. So yeah, the link is in the description. So by all means, feel free to go and support me by going over to Amazon.com and going to my Amazon Live page and clicking the follow button. That is one of the requirements. Then you need these 2,000 followers. You also need to have either. Just let me check this. It's either selling 100 units through your links. Now, in fact, out of the 100, I've already technically sold 9. So there's been 9 sales I've gone through as a result of either the video or the live stream that I did last week. So you need to have basically 100 sales, or if not that, then $5,000 worth of product that has been shipped. So it's basically a measure of sales. So either they're looking at the sort of total monetary value, or they're looking at the number of units shipped. But that really the main one, as I understand it, is the followers. So most people will say if they've got up to 2,000 followers, they've probably already hit those other 2 targets. They've either shipped the 100 units or the total monetary value. So that is where we need to get to hit that level that you can then apply for the A-list. And then once you get to that level, you'll get, as it says here, special access to Amazon Live events and opportunities. I wonder what they could be. Plus priority support from the Amazon Live creator team, and your live streams are eligible to appear on the Amazon.com homepage as well. So with this level, the insider level, you're basically going to appear on that Amazon Live page. So this one over here, where we've got all the live streams. If I just go back. And also the product pages, but actually as the A-list, then you can actually appear right on the Amazon.com front page as well. So those are the different levels that there are. And let me just come down here a little bit. Just got a gecko walking up behind my camera. I don't know how these get in. There's loads of geckos in Thailand, and they seem to find a way in. I'm not quite sure how he's got in. Never mind. So yeah, I did drop my links in the description to the Amazon Live page. So if you fancy going across there and having a look, and then what I'm planning to do on the platform is actually do a lot more sort of product reviews. I'll talk about my overall sort of strategy in terms of content there in a little while. But yeah, I am going to start doing a lot more of those short form videos and also some live streams as well. But what's a little bit strange, I mentioned this earlier, is the way that you kind of interact with Amazon Live. It is all done through the iOS app. Let me just bring up the app, in fact. And here we go. Let me get rid of that at the bottom. That looks a little bit neater. So this is the Amazon Live app. And hello, Andrew. Just got to say a quick hello. What's happening, mate? We are talking about Amazon Live and the Amazon Influencer Program. So I'm just going through that. So great to see you here. And what we're talking about now then is the actual app itself. So this is where you kind of manage a lot of the things related to. Certainly the live streams are all managed through this, and this is I'll have to go back and leave a link to the Amazon Live Creator app, but this is as I say, it's for iOS. There isn't a version for Android, so it's basically you're going to run your actual live stream on Amazon from either your iPhone or your iOS device or your iPad. So this is what the app looks like. You can see here that it says Insider just up at the top. Where is it? There. Now that will just show the level that you're at. If you are eligible to apply to the next level, then there'll just be a thing there to say apply. It just comes up in the app itself. So when I was on the Rising Star level, as soon as I was eligible for that Insider, it did just have a button there to say apply for the next level. You literally just click the button and that's it. There's nothing more to do. And so yeah, that is how you sort of apply to the next level. And then it shows you down here now, because I'm on this Insider level. When you're on Rising Star, you don't have any of these sort of where are they? These little stats here. You just basically got to get on with it and do your 90 minutes. But when you're on the Insider, then you can see that we've got the follower target. So I'm currently at 23 of 2,000, so quite a way to go. Feels like being back a newbie on YouTube again. And then we've also got the two stats there. So one of them is for shipped value and one of them is for number of items shipped, and it's basically either one of these two here have got to the bar's got to fill up and reach the end. So as I say, it's a total of 5k of product shipped or 100 units that have been sold. So as soon as those have filled up those little progress bars, you might not be able to notice that those are progress bars because they are so small, but they will sort of fill up. Then once that's done, then I'll be able to apply for that next level of A-list, which sounds a bit funny. But then down below, we've also got live streams. So there's only one there at the moment. And then you've also got some stats from the recent live stream, or actually from the last 30 days. And there you can see, so the total views is of that particular live stream was 32, unmuted views. So there you go. There's people that are seeing that, but they're watching on mute. So probably best given my audio quality that I had in that particular video. And then also you can see the product clicks. So from that particular live stream, there were 22 clicks onto the products, and then the minutes that has streamed. Just a quick hello to Todd. Hey, great to see you here. I always feel in a good Christmassy mood. I say it every time as well, but I always do feel in a Christmassy mood when I see your little avatar popping in. So great to see you here, Todd. So then you can go through and see all live streams. If I click on that, then obviously if there was more than one here, you'd just have a full list of them, and then you can click into the live stream and you can see sort of the information about it there, and that gives a breakdown then of the unmute rate, which is probably one that's a new metric that we're not used to, but that's basically how many people are watching unmuted. So you want to get that up as high as possible, which means that people have maybe seen it on a product page, but then they've clicked to go through and actually watch it, or watch it unmuted. Average view duration, so 28 minutes was as much as people could averagely stand of my bad quality audio in that stream. Total messages in the chat, and then the click-through rate being how many people were sort of clicking through that have watched it, and then the total number of products. So those are the sort of stats that you get. You get that on a sort of global level on the front page, but then on the specific live stream, you get that showing up as well. So one thing that's a little bit weird about this is the fact that you do, as I say, kind of run the live stream from here as well. So the way that you do that is if we go and create a new live stream, and there's a button right down at the bottom, which is just down there somewhere, the little plus button, plus button in the middle. That one, if I click on that, this is where we actually create the live stream. So you do all the scheduling and things like that of the live streams in the app itself. So you would click on the little thumbnail button. Where is it? I'm always pointing at the wrong side there. Click on that little plus icon, and then you basically just add your thumbnail in. So you can create it on your desktop, but then just transfer it across to your iPad or whatever and upload it to the live stream from there. The next thing down, and the important one, is you can't really do anything else in terms of starting the stream or anything without having products in there. So you've got this button which is just here saying add products. So when you add products, there are a couple of ways that you can do this. You can either just search, so I can just tap into that little search box and then I could search for a product. To be honest with you though, it's a bit tricky, and I'll show you why if to do it this way. Stream Deck. If I just type in Stream Deck, this is probably a bit easy because it's going to be quite an obvious product. But if I click on search, it's going to go and find the Stream Deck. That one is quite obvious, isn't it? Because, okay, we've got the Stream Deck there. That's the Stream Deck Mark II. I might want the XL. But you've got all these other products that are in this list that are not necessarily exactly what we want. They are kind of related. But what I found is for some of the more obscure products, it's difficult to find the one you want. And then when you do find, some of the pictures, it's not necessarily, you're not entirely sure that you've got the right one. Sometimes the same product is on Amazon by different sellers or things like that. So it's not always obvious which one you've got. But if I was going to add that one in from the this way, then where is it? I'm still pointing the wrong way. That one at the top, you just click that add to stream, and that product would then be featured in your carousel. So if I come back out from here, there you go. You can see that I've got one product in associated with that stream. But let's go and add some more, because there is an easier way to do this, which is you can see, as well as the search bar that we've got just up at the top there, we've also got these idea lists. So these are those idea lists that I had created. So if you remember on the page I showed you, I'd got one for live streaming, one for Zoom and things like that. Well, those are just then all listed down here. So you can see that we've got my travel gear, my live streaming studio gear, my Zoom and so on. So if I clicked on my live stream studio gear like this, then basically you can just go through this list. So actually the way to do it, as far as I would imagine, would be to just actually create these curated lists and do that on the Amazon on the desktop, and then they will just actually all show up here. So if I wanted to add in, these different products, you just then go through your list and add in the products that you want to add in. So if I come back out of there now, that's the easiest way to add in the products. So now we've got a thing. I haven't uploaded a thumbnail, but that's basically just using the iOS interface. Click the plus, use the image picker to pick a particular image that you want for your thumbnail. We've now got this carousel. I can swipe left or right. What you may also want to do is actually reorganize the order of these. So because, as you'll see, we're going to be actually selecting specific products that are kind of highlighted at any given time on the stream. So you may want to have like a run of show in terms of an order that you're going to go through things, so that you're not having to sort of flick backwards and forwards looking for a product. And so to do that, if you just click on the edit, then you can see we've got a list of products, and we've got the little symbol right over on the right hand side. I don't know if you can see that, but basically I can just grab any one of these products and I can move it around. So if I was going to go through these in a specific order, maybe talk about this microphone, maybe talk about this arm, then this Stream Deck, then this capture card, then this light or something like that, you can just organize them in that way. You can also just delete stuff from here as well. So you can click on the little icon next to it, and then you've got some options down at the bottom. So you've got either move to top, move to bottom, or just remove it. So if you wanted to delete something, that is how you would do it. Now, there is a limit of 40 products that you can have on any given live stream, but you have to have at least one, obviously. So you do need to make sure that there's at least one there, but you can have up to 40. In my live stream that I did last week, I did actually fill the full 40 with all of the different things that I've got here in the studio. With hindsight, probably a little bit of a mistake, because then I felt like I was, you need to be kind of referencing or talking about these products. You can't just do a live stream and fill it with 40 random products. So I was trying to get used to using the app as well as you're doing the live stream, which I'll talk about in a moment. So I was kind of like managing that side of things, which was a little bit new to me. And then I was feeling like I've got to go through and mention all of these different products. And so it probably threw me off my stride a little bit for the live stream. So let's have a little look though, what else we've got on here. So then you're going to go in and add a title. So you can just type in whatever title you want. Should have thought about this. I've got my handy little thing. I'll just pop a random title in here. There we go. Whoops, linked to the wrong device. Whoopsie daisy. Maybe it's easy to just do it like this. There we go. There we go. So I'll put my title like that. And then you've got a start time. So you can basically add a specific time. So you can just schedule like this. I'll just come out of that one for the time being. Then you've got here video source. So the next one down here is where it says video source. And at the moment it says horizontal phone camera. So you can obviously, you can just do your entire live stream from your phone, from your iPad or something like that. So if you click on this one, horizontal phone camera, you can also change between horizontal or vertical, depending on which way round you're going to be using your phone. But we don't want to do that. For me, we want to use Ecamm Live. Obviously, it's what I love to use, and it's how I've got everything set up. So if you're going to use an external camera, basically where you're going to just stream from something like Ecamm Live, then we just click this one here where it says external camera. Then what you're going to do, I'm not going to click on it because it will reveal my stream key, but you're basically just going to click on the button which is, whoops, there, and then that will basically copy your stream key for the live stream, and then that's what you're going to use. It's your RTMP stream key, and then in Ecamm, when you are streaming to either YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever, you've also got the option to stream to custom stream key, and that's what you would use in there. You can also do this from Restream as well. So if you want to do this directly within the Restream interface, you can do it from there. You can also use basically any of the streaming platforms, StreamYard or OBS or anything like that. You're just going to drop the stream key in there, and then you will be able to stream to it. However, the thing that is a little bit different is although you can start streaming from those platforms, you're not necessarily going to start streaming to Amazon as soon as you go live on that. So the way that you do it is once you've got everything set up on your on the computer, you would actually then start the stream from your computer, but your live stream still hasn't started. The way that you're going to start the live stream is, first of all, I should just point out, there is also practice mode. So if I click on practice mode, then it's going to turn on practice mode. It's basically, you can practice streaming to Amazon and the process of it and everything like that without anyone seeing it. So definitely you want to give that a go, just to go through the process of how it's going to look and everything. So if you turn on practice mode, then what that's going to do is you're going to, you see there's a little thing there that says practice mode link. That's going to give you a link that you can paste into your browser so that you'll be able to stream, but you'll be able to see what it's looking like and what it would look like with, the carousel coming up and all that sort of stuff. So definitely recommend doing that. And I'm glad I did that before I went live for the first time. So then what you would do is once you've got everything set up, then you can click on the preview, and let me just go back. I don't want to do that. I just need to check. I got that set to the camera mode by accident. What we wanted to do was, as I mentioned, external camera is what we want. I obviously forgot to click save. So now when you go to preview, you can see here it says waiting for video stream data. So you're going to start the stream from your computer if you're doing it this way, and initiate the stream. So the stream is actually coming from your computer into Amazon, but it's not going live until it receives it here, and then there's a button that says go live, or in this case it says practice now. So there's kind of like two steps to it. I can't stream to it right now because I'm obviously streaming to YouTube. But what then happens is once you are live streaming, you get the chat comes up, so you can see all of the chat that is coming in. But then you also have your carousel down there at the bottom. And when you scroll through it, in fact, you can see it here, how basically as I click on one of these things, you see that little bar at the top. That is the item that is highlighted at any given time. So if I come over to the Amazon Live view for a second, over on the web page. In fact, let me have a look at this one. So I'll just pick one. There you go. So this is what I was talking about. Let's see what item is highlighted at this particular point. There'll be one particular item which is highlighted in the live stream. There you go. So it says featured now. So what that means is if you've got a carousel that's got loads of different products in, and then you're talking about them on the live stream, you've always got it sort of front and center of what you're actually talking about. So people can sort of browse around, but every time you switch to a different product or tap on a different product to highlight it, then it's going to highlight it on the screen. So it's basically just mean that whatever you're actually talking about at the time, you can be sure that somebody is going to see the product that you're talking about. Now, I mentioned as well that you will feature on the product pages just like this, but as you can see, this person isn't actually talking about this product at the moment. It just happens to be in their carousel somewhere. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be featured on the page of the product only when you're talking about that product, if that makes sense. I can only imagine that if there were multiple people streaming about a product at any given time, they would feature the one that had literally got the product featured at that time on this page, but yeah, I don't entirely know about that. I'm not sure about that. So it is just a little bit of a difference with streaming to YouTube. Obviously, that you've got this extra little interface to work with. There is a limit on, or a minimum requirement for the streaming. It's not the resolution. There's a maximum for the resolution, which is 720, so you can't stream in over 722 here, but it's the bit rate that needs to be at a certain level. Ecamm is set up so that it will automatically recognize, as of the previous version of Ecamm, it will automatically recognize that you're streaming to Amazon and kind of like sort this all out for you. But depending on what platform you're streaming from, you may get an error message saying you're not streaming at a high enough bit rate or something like that. So that's just something to be aware of. But as I say, with Ecamm, it's just all kind of sorted out that way. Now, I should probably mention, since I keep mentioning Ecamm Live, what exactly is Ecamm Live? It is a live production software for the Mac that is what I use for my live streams and what I use for making all these videos as well. And it really has made my entire channel possible, I say, because it allows me to make these videos in one take. This is obviously a live stream, so it's a bit of obviously it's in one take, but also I use it for my videos, for my course content and things like that as well. Now, you can get a free trial at takeonetech.io/ecamm. And I highly recommend it. That is a 14-day trial. But even better than that, if you want to really learn all about it, you need to check out my Ecamm Live Masterclass at ecammlivemasterclass.com. And actually, when you sign up to this, you do get 2 free months of Ecamm on the Pro package or the regular package. Obviously, I'd recommend if it's free, you take the the Pro package. But that's what you get as part of the Masterclass as well. And it's everything you need to know from beginner through to advanced, how to use it with Zoom, how to use it with Discord and Teams and everything like that, how to use it for live streaming, how to use it for recording, everything you need to know. ecammlivemasterclass.com. There's over $150 worth of bonuses with it, and the cost of the course is just $147, and it's lifetime access as well. So I'm expecting there's going to be a new version of Ecamm coming out at some point very soon, because there usually is. Then the course content will all be updated for that. So it's just sort of broken down into little chunks, and you can always find what you want to find. So it's basically your online Ecamm Live encyclopedia, if you will. So that's what I'm using to stream here, and that's what I'm using also to stream to Amazon. So I just mentioned that because, yeah, if you put in your Amazon RTMP key in Ecamm, it just sorts out all the settings for you. You just need to make sure you're streaming at 720, but then the bitrate thing, it's sorted in the most recent version. So that is a summary of basically, what the platform is and how to use it. As I say, there is this sort of management on management of the platform on the iOS device, which is a little bit different, but it's not like that tricky. Yeah, you've just then got all the products that you can sort of feature at any given time. So in terms of what my plans are for the platform, I'm really intrigued by it, to be honest. And the idea of it being a potential revenue source is obviously one thing, because you are basically putting all your video content there on a platform where people are there to shop. So if you can provide information that can help people make informed decisions, then you're you've got a much higher likelihood of generating revenue from the Amazon side of things than just purely on YouTube. Obviously, that's not my motivation for being on YouTube to generate Amazon revenue, but I do have links to all my products in the description of all of my videos, and you have a page on my website, my gear page, where it links to all these products as well that I use, if people are interested in using those. But one of the things that I've always sort of struggled with on my channel is the gear side of stuff, because I'm a real sort of tech head. I do love all of the gear, and I do the odd, product review and things like that on the channel. So I've done one about the Shure MV7, the lights and things like that I've got behind me, the Nanlite Pavo tubes. So I do kind of review stuff on the channel, but obviously my channel, the main sort of focus of it is more towards the sort of software side and productivity side. Well, it's largely an Ecamm Live channel as well, isn't it? Because I've just become in love with that piece of software. But all these sort of productivity stuff, that was always kind of the driving force behind the channel and what I wanted to do on YouTube. But I am still using all this gear. I get lots of questions from people asking me about, what's this thing that you're using, what's that thing you're using, and so on. So I didn't want to kind of just dilute the channel and make it, a load of tech gear reviews, but then also tutorials and stuff like that. So actually the Amazon side of stuff is going to be where I'm going to do the majority of my sort of product-based videos that are all about the actual gear that I use for live streaming. So again, just conscious that I don't want to just duplicate content and just throw it everywhere, but have specific places that are for specific things. So you can expect to find on my Amazon Live channel. And by the way, I say that it's on the US store. You don't have to be you don't have to shop on there to go and visit my Amazon shop page at amazon.com/shop/take1tech. You can just go and visit that from any other location in the world as well, and then you will find all of those review videos. So that's why I'm going to be sort of concentrating on doing the product reviews. Now, in terms of the live streams, it doesn't have to be that you do a long live stream where you're just picking up one product after another talking about it. Although that's kind of what I did on my first one, just because I wanted to practice the process of bringing up products and stuff like that. But you can just do other kinds of shows on there that basically just reference different products. So there's basically 3 different things that I'm intending to do on the Amazon Live side of stuff. So there's obviously the shoppable videos, the pre-recorded videos, but then for the Amazon Lives, there's 3 things. One of them is going to be a general sort of tech gear review show where I do talk about products, so the sort of stuff that I was just saying you don't have to do. I will be doing that kind of thing. I'll probably spend a bit more time going into specific products. It might be, a single live stream focused on some particular product or something like that, or collection of products, and then do a bit more of a deep dive rather than just, as I say, rattling through a list of products, which I think is going to be more beneficial for people anyway. People don't want to just see you talking about check this out, check this out, check this out, which is how I felt my other live stream was. So I'll be doing that, where I just focus and go in depth on different products. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing a tutorial show. Basically similar to what I do on my YouTube channel, but it's going to be, every episode would be focused in on a particular product, and quite a long live stream about, for example, how to use Stream Deck. So I've got my Stream Deck beginner's guide on my YouTube channel, which is a series of videos one after another. Well, I could just go and do a live stream where I take people through from getting it out of the box to setting it up. And the way that I think that would be beneficial is because people are on Amazon, maybe they're shopping for something and they want to see that process of how they get it all set up. Or maybe they have just actually bought the item or are just about to buy it, or buy it during the live stream, but then they're excited to get the product and see, like, right, well, how am I going to set this up once I've got it? And so that's the sort of my thought process behind that. So those are 2 things: gear reviews, and then also a deep dive tutorial thing. So every week it'd just be a different product that I'd be taking a deep dive into. So Stream Deck, Loop Deck, Rodecaster Pro. By the way, my Rodecaster Pro is currently on the way. It is in, I think it's in Bangkok now. It has come from the US. Customs clearance is where it is at the moment. It said yesterday, it's going to be here in 8 days. And then overnight, it's gone from New Jersey in the US to somewhere in Germany, somewhere in Kuwait, I think, and then finally Bangkok, and now it's saying, customs clearance. So I'll see how long it takes to actually get here. But you can be sure there's going to be a whole deep dive into the Rodecaster Pro, or maybe a couple of them into the Rodecaster Pro too. But then the other thing that I'm going to be doing on there as well is more like an interview show. So I have lots of people have coaching calls with me and things like that, and consultations that are using these tools in loads of really interesting ways. In fact, by the way, I should probably mention, if you do need any help with your tech life, then I am available for consultations, and you can book those at the takeonetech.io/consultation. And I help people with anything to do with the kinds of tech related things that I'm talking about on my channel. So it could be one of the big ones is people asking questions about Zoom and how to use Ecamm Live with Zoom, how to set up things and go in. So that's probably, I would say, maybe around 30% of the calls I have are about that. And in fact, I should mention as well, I've got my Zoom Masterclass, the Ultimate Zoom Masterclass, which is just like the Ecamm Masterclass, everything you need to know about Zoom and how to get it set up, how to go from beginner through to advanced, how to use all of the features. But actually, because Zoom, I see Ecamm as really just such an integral part of it, I actually include the Ecamm Masterclass with Zoom, because in my mind, you shouldn't be using Zoom without Ecamm. It's as simple as that. So that is at zoommasterclass.com. That's $497, but you get the Ecamm Masterclass with that, as well as a number of other bonuses. There's a video over on the website that explains all about it, though, zoommasterclass.com. You can go and find out about that over there. And again, you get that discount on Ecamm as well with that. So that's one of the things, though, that people ask on the consultations is, and I should also mention, just quickly, there is an offer code for that, which is ECAMFAM. So let me just drop that into the chat. That is to get 20% off. So anybody who is an Ecamm user, also anyone who's a watcher of this channel, can use the offer code ECAMFAM for 20% off. I should have mentioned that, of course. So it's $497, but you get that 20% off, and that is at zoommasterclass.com. There we go. So yeah, that is on the coaching calls I have. There are people that ask, about how to get Ecamm set up and use Zoom with it, but then also how to use Ecamm in general, or it's also the sort of productivity side of stuff, and the automation things that I talk about with Keyboard Maestro and that. So that's what people tend to want covered on those consultation calls with me. But I digress. The point of which was, I'm meeting lots of people who are using all of these tools that I talk about and the live streaming side of stuff, and I've got really interesting use cases for them. So I'm going to do an interview show where I'm interviewing people about the things that they are doing with Ecamm Live, with their live streaming studio that may be outside of the original use case. Like me, I've set this thing up for making videos and live streaming, but then realized how valuable Ecamm was for Zoom and started using it predominantly for that. So I'll be digging into those sorts of things. Now, from a Amazon Live point of view, the thing about that is we'll be talking about the gear that they're using as well. So it won't be just me interviewing somebody asking them to run through their full gear list, but during the conversation we'll be talking about, so let's have a little look at your setup. So it'll be about what they're doing, how they're using it, but then also taking a look at their setup as well. And so as part of the interview process, we'll be getting the list of products and things like that people are using in advance so that they can be there in the carousel as we're talking about them on the live stream. Because whenever I watch these interview programs with people, interview shows on YouTube or wherever, there's always something when they get to talk about tech, there's always somebody has got, there's always one thing that somebody's got where people are saying, what is this product that they've got there? And just quickly, Andrew, you're welcome anytime. I'll hook up with you, and it'd be great to hear from you. I love your studio setup. I love the theme of it as well, the orange vibe that you've got going on with everything. So definitely. So that's the idea behind that, because as I say, there is always something, and I'll also have book recommendations in there as well, because I love asking people, what's the book that you're reading at the moment? So obviously with Amazon, you can link it to the Amazon Kindle store or the Audible or whatever. So having a book in there, for me, makes sense, because quite often, people ask for a book recommendation. I'm listening to it or I'm watching it, and then I've either got to click out to go and find the book or whatever, but just having it there in the carousel seems to make a lot of sense to me. So that's kind of my my plan for the Amazon platform going forward. So those short form shoppable videos, and then 3 different shows. I might end up doing kind of multiple a week of some of those, depending on how it goes, and we'll see. I will be reporting back, obviously, the same as I do with my YouTube stuff. I'm a kind of open book in terms of how I'm doing, revenue and all that sort of stuff, and how it's working, what's not working, and mistakes that I've made. So I'll be still checking in on the YouTube channel and sharing that. As I say, I'm not going to be multi-streaming my Amazon Lives to YouTube. I may do it for a couple of odd things. I did think about, though, for the interview show, actually multi-streaming that to LinkedIn, just because it's going to be more of a sort of business focus. So I may end up streaming that to there, and also repurposing that to use it as a podcast as well, because I do feel I need to get back to my podcast, even if it's not in the original form that it was before. So that will be released in that way. And this sort of fits into, just sort of breaking away from Amazon a little bit, my overall sort of content creation going forward. You may have noticed, if you are a subscriber, that there's not been a lot of video content going out on this channel since the end of April, I would guess. I've not been posting regular videos. I've just been doing my weekly live stream and very few actual videos. That's all getting back to normal, and we'll be resuming with probably not quite one a day, but I'm aiming for, sort of 5 original style videos. Original style, what does that mean? You know what I mean. My usual style of video that I used to post all those weeks ago. That'll be getting back to regular posting on the YouTube channel, and then the lives on Amazon. This live stream will carry on as just being whatever topic it happens to be every week, and then also doing more on LinkedIn. So that interview show will be on LinkedIn, but I'm also looking at creating some other specific things for LinkedIn that are more kind of business orientated. So the YouTube channel is more kind of like general, but the LinkedIn, I'll probably start doing a live stream there that is, as I say, more sort of business orientated. So hopefully, I say hopefully, if you're interested in this sort of thing, you will be seeing a lot more of my content going out there. And I've just had a little bit of a hiatus for the past few weeks. And to be honest, what it was is I just needed to... I've got limited time for my YouTube stuff, although I've kind of carved out a lot more time for it. I've just been taking a step back and focusing on where, strategizing a little bit, what am I going to post, where am I going to post it, how am I going to fit this all into a schedule. And so that's where I've been up until now. And so, going forward, you should see the content coming out a little bit more. Quick hello to Albert. Hello, great to see you here in the chat as ever. And that, I think, is about a wrap for me. So thanks for coming and hanging out, everyone in the chat. If you've got any questions about Amazon Live, or I'm not an expert, as I've said, by any stretch. I've posted one video and one live stream, and the live stream had terrible audio. So given that experience, though, if you do have any questions about, starting out, or anything that I've talked about today, or indeed anything else that I talk about, you're always welcome to reach out and contact me, either from the website or in the comments or wherever. TakeOneTech.io is my website. There you can find all the courses that I mentioned today. They've obviously got like Amazon, the Zoom Masterclass and eCamLiveMasterclass.com, but those basically all just point to my website, which is TakeOneTech.io. So there you can find everything to do with connecting with me. Okie dokie, thank you all once again for coming. It's been great to see all these friendly, familiar faces in the chat. I will leave a link to some other useful videos over on the right-hand side for those that are watching on the replay. And I will catch you all in another video very soon.